What is going on YouTube? We are here in the STFC universe, and today we are here to talk about offering ship packs that we already own. This is a big one, right? Like, if you're looking to either purchase ships or to build ships, the game shouldn't really be offering you to buy ships for the same blueprints. Like you already have the ship, and why are we being given the option to build a ship or to purchase a ship which we already have, right? So this is essentially all about kind of really making the algorithm smarter. And, you know, to be fair, this isn't the player's fault at all, but this is something which you should all really be aware of. And this is something you should all really take into consideration, that the algorithm isn't that smart right now. It isn't that smart. And, you know, it needs a lot of work. It needs a lot of work in that area. And I have to admit, you know, I'm tired about being negative all the time. I don't like to be negative. But this is something which is definitely been pressing on my mind for a while. I've heard a lot of people talk about it, and I just want to talk about it today. Offering ship packs that we already own is not a good idea on the developer side, first of all, because people are not going to purchase it if they already have the ship. I mean, just take a look here. Like, if I go to sales, and right, I already have the Devore. You know, I could upgrade it, but I'm not going to, for other reasons why. But I did put that in another video, but I'm not going to purchase another Devore, because why? And of course, the Mayflower, I already have it, so why would I need to get it again? This is a huge deal for everyone. I know this has happened to a lot of people, and if it's happening to you, please leave a comment below. Definitely being offered the same ships, even though you're one faction and not the other, is slightly wrong in my mind. You know, the fact is, you know, you shouldn't worry too much about these ship packs. I mean, if you have any sense of decency, like, you should really, I'm telling you right now, you should really go on to the STFC Discord and just, you know, send a message out either to a developer or to the general community and just kind of air what you would like to see happen in this game, because, you know, they take a lot of community feedback. I know it's not the best community feedback, but they do take a lot of community feedback, and this is a huge deal. Being offered the same ships gets incredibly boring, and I think they need to make bigger concessions on some parts, but we'll see what happens in the near future, especially with, you know, with modders coming out and such like. And, you know, tell them what you would like to see, you know, because you're a player and you might not necessarily know this, but you have to communicate your perspective, because nobody knows what's going on in your head. Nobody really knows what's going on in your head, and you need to communicate that to the general gaming community, because whatever happens on your offers might not necessarily be the same as what's happening on someone else's offers, right? So you need to communicate your perspective, and you need to do it in a constructive way. You need to go onto the STFC Discord, Facebook, Twitter, whatever you want to do. And, you know, people always listen to us players, because, you know, we're the big spenders, right? A lot of STFC players, they've purchased at least one pack in their lifetime, so, you know, they listen to us a lot. I wouldn't necessarily go through community support, but I would really go on the Discord. If you don't have Discord, like, please check out the link below in the description, because I've left the link there for you guys. And, you know, essentially, you know, this is really a judgment game. So what I mean by this, you know, if anybody played this game, you know, if nobody played this game, you could really roam around freely, and wouldn't you be happier for it? You know, you'd be so much happier just playing this game by yourself or with your friends. But, you know, essentially, you play this game with a lot of other people in your country, in your region. So, you know, you have a lot of pressure to deal with, and having the right ships, the ships you want especially, can make a big difference, a make it or break it kind of situation when playing Star Trek Fleet Command. So definitely this is a judgment game, and you know, if you were playing with nobody except you and your friends, you'd be a lot happier. And you know, but that isn't the case, so you really need to communicate effectively what you want to see, the changes you want to see in this game. So you know, that's essentially, let's gain the full picture here. You know, are other people voicing their opinion about this? A few are, a lot of the community are not. You know, why aren't you voicing your opinion? You should be. You really should be. So essentially, you know, what we want to come out of this, essentially what we want to do is we want to ask the developers, really, you know, build more starships. That is essential. Build more starships and offer them to people who want them and need them. You know, I cannot stress this enough. We need more starships in this game. No one can really deny that. And number two, you know, we should really be lowering the barrier for reputation. So we go to factions here. We should be lowering the reputation for kind of factions, for gaining faction reputation. Essentially, this is what I want to see. I want to see people go dual faction easier, because if you go dual faction, then you'll have more opportunities to access, you know, Klingon ships, Federation ships, Romulan ships, hopefully in the future more Ferengi ships. I would love to see that. And yeah, so definitely like lowering the barriers for gaining faction reputation is essential to the future of Star Trek Fleet Command. And of course, number three, you know, what if these offers, so let me go back here, what if these offers were based on skill? So hang with me for a second. Can you imagine this for a moment? If you were offered ship packs based on how many kills, either PvP or PvE, you had. Think about it for a sec. All of these offers would change because it would be based on skill, and the more you play the game, the better packs and offers you get. That would be a different and interesting way to look at the game. Not just, you know, blindly offering expensive ship packs which you might not necessarily need. So yeah, I mean, another way of looking at it, you know, if this was based on skill, if based on kills or based on how much you played the game, that would be super interesting. And I know for some other games that does happen a little bit. And yeah, and you know, this is why I've started Sale Talk, because my Sale Talk series, because, you know, I'm a little bit frustrated on this front, and this is kind of a way to get it out there. You know, we should be offering ship packs to people who either really need it or really want it. And, you know, this is kind of on the developers' part, but kind of on the community's part too. You should really be talking to the developers, and the developers should be listening and taking back this feedback and really building a lot more starships, because this would be super interesting to the game. And yeah, that's pretty much it on my front. Alright guys, that is it for now, and that's my kind of rant over for the day. Don't forget to, of course, like and subscribe to Fortis Gaming, and check me out on YouTube and Twitch. And don't forget to check out other community content developers on YouTube. Just search STFC and you will find them. Alright guys, that is it for now. Don't forget to check out the community Discord. I'll put a link to it below. Thanks guys, thanks for watching, and hope you have a great day. See ya.